Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle with Prettiestproblem. I'm sure by the title you already know this is a fitness inspiration video. Within the past year, I lost about 40 to 45 pounds now. How much have I lost? Yeah, maybe about 45 pounds. It took me about a year. I'm still working. I still got some toning up and things to do. I was on Instagram a few days ago and I stumbled across one of the people I follow, and she had a post that I really could relate to, and I could feel like her sincerity in posting it, even though it was kind of like a joke. But it was like one of those feelings of kind of helplessness and like feeling like I want to make a change but I just don't feel like it, or I'm just in that mental place where I don't have any motivation, like nothing is actually getting me up. So anyway, I responded to her post and we went back and forth for a while, and some of the things that I was saying to her, I was like, dang, this is positive stuff that I feel like I could share with other people, because sometimes you're in that place where it's just at this moment I don't know how to get out of this place. So I wanted to come and make a video to people who just feel kind of stuck in a rut. I also want to do a keto update because I haven't posted any videos in a while, and I am still on keto. I actually did 1 week of keto and intermittent fasting, so I have some results from that, so I want to share that as well. So I'll share that at the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Don't forget to thumbs up. But first I'm going to share with you some tips on how to be successful in starting in your fitness journey. So if you'd like to hear that, then please stay tuned. Okay, so I have it written down because I didn't want to forget some of the things that we spoke about when I messaged her. But originally, like I said, it was a post that just being at a place where you can't find the motivation and the inspiration, you just don't want to do it, even though you want the result. And when I tell you, I so understand that. I used to look at people and see people lose like 50, 60, 70 pounds and be like, how? Because I've always been the type of person to work out, but I never stayed consistent, and I just never understood how people found the energy, the strength to stay consistent and actually get to that place. I feel like now I'm in a better place, and I feel still motivated even after a year to continue on my fitness journey and continue to improve myself. So I'm just gonna share with you some tips that may help you in your journey. The first thing that I wanted to say is that you cannot outwork a bad diet, and I'm sure you hear this a lot. That is probably the main thing that's going to help you in your weight loss journey. You can work out 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, and if you're still eating junk, you're not going to see results. And if you see any results, they're going to be so minute, and it's going to be frustrating because of how much work you're putting in, thinking that I'm going to outwork. That was me, okay? So that's how I know firsthand. And I'm the type of person that I work out hard. I don't go to the gym to play. I'm not here for games. I'm here to do my thing and go. It don't work. You have to start with little diet changes, and you don't have to do anything major, but think about something that is like you can give up, or you can kind of modify, like rice, bread, starches, get rid of them, okay? So if that's something that you're able to do, then do it. Or if you're able to just scale back, do it that way. Do it with things that you are able to do, not something that you just like totally cut off and now you like starving and you walking around scratching like a crackhead because you miss bread. Like, do something that you can do. Start drinking water. Like, I've always been a water person, so drinking water never changed my fitness outcome because I just always drank water. But stop drinking sodas. Little things like that that will make a big difference, and over time it adds up. So that's the first thing. You can't outwork a bad diet. You have to start with little changes that you can keep up with and you can like stay consistent with. Another thing that I feel like is very, very key is feeding your mind motivation. You got to feed your mind, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. My thing that I did was follow fitness pages. If you going through Instagram and 10 other posts that people post are fitness posts, like fitness pages, you're constantly being reminded fitness, and you looking at them like, well, it starts making you feel some type of way about yourself. Like, what am I doing? My biggest inspiration, I say this all the time, is Makeup Shayla. Like, literally, she's always been a thick girl. She's always, had curves. She's never like been skinny. But when I tell you, this girl works out every single day, probably 5 times a week, every day, okay? And she's been going, I've been following Shayla for years, and she started her fitness journey a long time ago. And for me to see that she really keeps up with it, like it's literally a part of her day, and that really gave me motivation to be like, okay, this is what she's doing. This is how it's not something that you just do for 3 months and then you fall off, because you're not going to get to where you want to go if that's how you do it. You have to continue. And she's hit a plateau, and she literally continued to work out. So just feeding yourself constant motivation, fitness motivation, inspiration, it helps you to motivate yourself to get up and do what you got to do. Another good tip is to surround yourself with people who have similar goals. If you join a gym, make friends at the gym. Talk to people at the gym. Like, make friends with people who have the same similar interests. I would say it's better to make friends at your gym than to try to take one of your friends to the gym. And the reason why I say this is because you and your friend, you know each other. You know, if you lacking off, I'm going to lack off. You know, if you ain't going today, I ain't going today. But if you find people that are already in their journey, working towards their goals, that's where you find motivation. And then you find, you know, they're searching for you to go to the gym. Are you coming today? Are you going today? I have a coach, mentor, friend at the gym, and she's a trainer at the gym, but like, she's become my friend. And so it's like, you know, she's constantly like checking in on me or just making sure that I'm good. You know, you have to find people that have similar goals that align with yours, so that your interests match and that you're trying to get to some place. Sometimes you may fall off and you see your friend is still going to the gym. You know, your friend from the gym still going, and it encourages you, inspires you to keep going. Or you see they've made progress and you're like, dang, I need to get back on it. So it helps you in that process. But if you try to bring somebody to the gym or bring somebody, I mean, it could work, but it's better to align yourself with people that are already focused on the goal. So that's that point. Another thing that I wanted to mention was, when I was speaking to this young lady, she was telling me that she was kind of battling depression. I totally get it. In this journey, you have to speak life into it. You have to speak positivity. You have to speak like you're moving towards what you want to be. It's a mindset. It really is. Like, that's what I've learned from this journey. It's really, what are you telling yourself in your brain? I mean, I have a long way to go. I still, you know, feed myself negativity about myself. That's probably my biggest flaw, is being too hard on myself. But I am a positive thinker. I always think of glass half full versus half empty. So you have to move towards thinking positive, and that brings you into that direction. Your brain channels and focuses and guides you. So the more you feed your brain positivity, the more you'll start following into that positive. Another thing, and I think this is probably, besides diet, this is probably the second most important tip, is if you're gonna decide to start working out, you have to make it fit into your lifestyle. If you wanna join a gym, find a gym that fits into your schedule. I used to take like kickboxing, and I loved the class, but it was all the way in West Bubble, and I went for some months, but it's not realistic. You have to set yourself up for success, and setting yourself up for success is doing things that are actually doable. Like, you have to set yourself up to do things that you can actually do, and you can actually do every day without it being a hassle. So if you're going to join a gym that's on your way home, maybe in your building. You have to set yourself up to be able to continue, because that's the only way you're going to get results, is if you're being consistent. You have to continue. Don't sign up for a class that you hate. If you set yourself up to fail, 9 times out of 10 you're going to fail. Then you're going to be frustrated because you did all of this stuff and you still failed. So make smart decisions when you start your journey. I did have one more thing that I remember from that conversation that I wanted to say as well. I know this video is probably long, but hopefully it helps somebody. You have to strengthen your mind. And strengthening your mind takes time. Like, it takes time to be able to believe in yourself. So you have to start out small. And I compared it to even strengthening a muscle. In the beginning, when you're trying to lift weights and stuff, you can't start out with a 100-pound weight. No, you start out with what? 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And gradually you strengthen your muscle and you're able to get to the heavier weights. It's the same thing with your mind. You're not going to start out being the strongest mentally in the world, but you start out with things that you're able to do. And you see, oh, I can do that. Let me try something else. And then when you do that, you're like, damn, I did that. Let me try something else. And then you start realizing in your mind that you are the bomb. You can do it, you know? And then when you start believing it, it makes it a lot easier. And that's what I wanted to say was the reason why people are able to stick, because they start small, gradual, and they build their way up. Typical people don't lose 30 pounds in a week. It takes time. It took me a year to drop down 45 pounds, and I struggle for every single one of them pounds. Just know it is a process, and you're building your mental strength, and you're continuing to be stronger and stronger and stronger until you realize you are the real deal. So with that being said, I want to update you on my keto journey. I am still doing keto. Like, again, consistency. It's probably over a month now. I'm not great at tracking my meals because I use MyFitnessPal, which is not the best for net carbs because it calculates your carbs but not your net carbs. So with that being said, I do as good as I can. This past week, I tried to do keto and intermittent fasting for 7 days straight, which is I started eating around 1 or 2 and I would finish eating around 8 or 9. I started on June 25th and I weighed in at 196.2 pounds. The following day, I weighed in 6/26 at 193.6 pounds. On 6/27, I weighed in at 193 pounds. On 6/28, I weighed in at 191.4. On 6/29, I weighed in at 188.8. On 6/30, I weighed in at 188.4. And then on 7/1, I weighed in at 188.2. So disclaimer, I did have a rough week. I started tracking in the beginning of the week and I stopped maybe whatever midway was. I stopped tracking because my husband got sick. And when he got sick, I kind of wasn't eating as much. I wasn't able to work out, but I did stick to the keto intermittent schedule. So I may not have gotten all 3 of my meals in every day, but I stuck with the high fat, mid protein, low carb for the whole week. And I stuck with the schedule. So as you can see, it was literally a trend down the entire week. Today is July 4th. So I stopped on July 1st. And I'm still 188, 189. So I haven't gained much of it back. I also haven't been able to work out because I had a small medical procedure done and I can't start working out again until next week. So once next week comes back, I'm gonna start back up. I'm very excited. I missed the gym, but I'm very excited about this keto. It hasn't been easy, like it hasn't been smooth sailing, but it's not the hardest thing I've ever done. So once you kind of get the hang of it, you start actually enjoying it. And I actually like keto. I feel like I can control my weight with it, and it's just been kind of awesome. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I really want to inspire people because I know personally how much of a downer it is to not be confident in your skin. I usually just, whenever I get inspired to do a video, I will. I do have a thrift haul with my new size because I started at 16, now I'm at a 12. So I had to get some new clothes and I decided to thrift and film it. I will link it in the description below. Let me know some of your tips on how to stay motivated or which one you found to be the most helpful from this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.